Hello, Holmes Hawks. This is Dr. Zelaya, and I want to wish you all a very happy new year. We are excited to welcome our Holmes Hawks back to school on Tuesday, January 4th. We are still very much in a pandemic, and with the new highly contagious variants, I need to remind our community of our safety mitigations that are designed to keep both our staff and our students safe. We will continue to focus on the 3 W's and will include explicit teaching of our expectations to our students during our PBIS Teach Twos when we return to school next week. Our 3 W's include wearing a mask, maintaining physical distance of 3 feet whenever possible, and washing our hands regularly. Wearing a mask at all times is very important, and all of our Hawks need to make sure that they are practicing proper mask wearing. The mask needs to cover students' mouths, nose, and fit under the chin. Be sure to send extra masks each day with your child. We recommend students change their masks after lunch or recess. With snow coming, it may be difficult to see our dots that are out on our blacktops and around different areas around the perimeter of the school. So we do use the phrase airplane arms with our students. This is designed to keep a distance of 3 feet, and they can put their arms out to their side like an airplane. They should not be able to touch anyone and know that they have enough physical distance from each other. We've noticed that our little Hawks tend to be magnets towards one another, so please encourage and remind your students daily to try to be as cognizant as they can to keep their distance from their peers. Our 3 W is washing hands. Students are expected to wash their hands throughout the day. We also have automatic hand sanitizer dispensers installed in every classroom and throughout the school building, and students will be reminded to use those often. To keep our school community safe, students must stay home when they are not feeling well. Each morning, you should check your child to make sure that they are healthy enough to come to school. Any student who is not feeling well should not come to school. Symptoms that keep your child home are a fever, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, chills, fatigue, muscle and body aches, headache, sore throat, new loss of taste or smell, vomiting, or diarrhea. These are all symptoms that if students have even just one of these symptoms, they must stay home. District 97 is partnered with Shield, Illinois to provide weekly testing to all students in pre-K through 8th grade. This is a non-invasive saliva test that will be conducted on site during the school days. At Holmes, we test every Friday. You will be notified by either Nurse G or Dr. Zelaya if your child tests positive. You do not get results if you test negative. We typically get our results the very next day on Saturday and would make Saturday phone calls to our families. Students should arrive to school at 7:55. Adults will check to make sure that masks are covering students' mouths and noses and provide a reminder as needed. The playground at school is closed in the morning before school starts. As soon as students arrive to school, they should go to their class lineup spot. Keep 3 feet distance between you and your classmates. Similar to what you can see in the picture here, students should maintain a distance from one another when standing in line. You will enter the building with your teacher, following their directions and making sure that while you're walking, you're keeping your airplane arm, or as some of our teachers say, zombie arm, distance from the person in front of you. Now more than ever, it is so important to be on time to school. Again, you should arrive to school at 7:55 a.m. If you arrive after your classes come in, you will not be allowed in through the door your class normally comes in. You would need to enter the main school door by the office and mark tardy for the day. Do not come to school early. Students will not be allowed in the building regardless of weather conditions. This is due to contact tracing, and we need to make sure that we keep seating charts and know who students are in contact with throughout the day for that purpose. Again, when you line up in your designated area, make sure that you're keeping that 3 feet distance between you and your classmates. When lining up, only one parent is permitted in the line with kindergarten only. All other grades, only students will be permitted in the line areas. Parents, you can wait on the perimeter of the school, but we are trying to lessen the number of people that are in line, and with the variants so prevalent right now, we really need your support with this. We're still not allowing any sports balls from home, no playing in the line in the morning. We need to make sure that we're keeping students distance from one another. And again, on the playground before school, that is closed. If you could support and encourage your child to make sure that they listen to adult directions in the morning when they arrive at school. It is very important that you check the weather each morning and dress your child appropriately for school. We will, again, not be able to allow any students in the building before they come into school with their students. We start to enter the building at 7:57. This is why we are asking that you arrive at 7:55 each morning, especially now that it's going to be so cold and with the unpredictable weather. We want to make sure that our students are not outside longer than they need to be. So 7:55 is that time for coming to school. If your child is bus eligible and rides the bus to school in the morning, they should arrive at the bus stop 5 minutes earlier. While waiting for the bus, they should also be making sure that they are maintaining their physical distance from their peers. All students have been assigned seats and must ride in their assigned seats for contact tracing purposes. This is extremely important that students are in their assigned seats, because if we are unable to contact trace, we may need to quarantine an entire bus rather than contact trace and potentially quarantine students who are just in direct proximity to a student. Siblings will sit together on the bus, and others will have their own seat when possible. Again, maintaining your distance from one another when students are on the bus. We will make sure that when students come to school, they will unload from the front of the bus to the back, and students are to remain seated until the driver instructs them to leave their seat. When they depart the bus at 7:55, they'll walk to their class lineup spot and find the next available dot to stand on. A mask must be worn at all times on the bus, and students must stay in their assigned seats at all times. During the school day, classes have been assigned bathroom breaks, snack breaks, and recess and brain breaks. And I'll go on to now to tell you a little bit about what that looks like in our students' days. Breakfast is available each day at school and will be consumed by students in the classroom if a child is in need of breakfast. Lunch will be eaten in each student's classroom. Students who bring a lunch each day must have a nut-safe lunch. Students will remove their masks to consume their lunch. They will not be allowed to engage in conversation during this time. Once students finish their lunch, they are to put on a clean mask and put away their used mask. School lunch will be available each day and is available to all students at no charge. The school lunch will consist of either a chicken wrap, sun butter sandwich, pizza kit, nachos, a fruit or vegetable, and a choice of milk. Lunch orders are taken in the classroom by the classroom teacher each morning and is reported to the office by 8:30 each day. Weather permitting, students can have their snacks outside. All snacks must also be nut-free. We are suggesting you bring fresh fruits and vegetables, nut-free popcorn, or pretzels. Your classroom teachers will communicate any specific foods that will not be allowed in the classroom due to allergies. If indoor for snacks, students will remove their masks for no longer than 15 minutes. You will not be able to engage in conversation during this time. Once you finish your snack, you can put a clean mask on and put away your used mask. You would then put your trash in your Ziploc bag and dispose of it in the classroom. All students should bring a water bottle to school every day. Water fountains will be turned off, but the fillers will be turned on. Water bottles can be filled when students go on their bathroom breaks with their classroom. When students take a drink from the water bottle, they should put their mask back on immediately. The playground is closed immediately before school. When you arrive at school, again, you need to go straight to your line. There is no playing in the morning. Also, families, although we're encouraging you to come to school, especially in the cold weather, no earlier than 7:55, please know there is no adult supervision before 7:50 in the morning. During the scheduled snack breaks, weather permitting, your class will have their snack and have a movement break at a designated area outside. We go outside each day for recess, so be sure to dress accordingly. We stay inside for classroom and lunch recess only if the temperature and or wind chill are below 15 degrees or if it's raining. If we are inside for recess, students will be in their classroom and do an activity in their classroom. Sorry, but we're still not allowing visitors inside the building unless they are involved with things like construction, inspections, or other building repairs. This also pertains to any events in school, PTO, or others, and will also be including our conferences, our second round of parent-teacher conferences. Please be sure that your child brings what they need for school each day. If something has been forgotten, we will supply the item, lunches, iPads, etc. If an instrument is forgotten, the student can still participate in class. Due to the no visitor policy, please refrain from bringing forgotten items to school. Thank you, Holmes families, for your partnership. We appreciate you helping us do all we can to keep our staff and our students safe while at school. Have a great start to 2022.